The Integrity Commissioner's report that cleared Premier Ford of breaking any laws and the attempted hiring of his friend Ron Taverner as the next OPP commissioner was negligibly bad. So says Democracy Watch, a group that advocates for government accountability. The Integrity Commissioner's report detailed how Premier Ford at first offered Taverner the top job at the Ontario Cannabis Store, with a taxpayer salary of $270,000 a year. Democracy Watch argues it was a clear violation of ethics rules that Integrity Commissioner J. David Wake ignored.
Well, he ignored clear evidence. You can't offer a government job to your friend, and that was part of what came out of his investigation. And he didn't even actually offer a conclusion as to whether that violated the law. He just totally ignored the fact that he had clear evidence Ford tried to hand another government job to his friend Ron Taverner.
Democracy Watch also wonders why the Integrity Commissioner didn't find fault with the Premier, given the actions of his Chief of Staff, Dean French. The report detailed how French worked diligently behind the scenes to make sure Taverner got the top job. French recommended Taverner for the position and even asked that the qualifications be lowered.
The Premier tried to hand a government job to his friend Taverner. His Deputy Minister, Steve Orsini, knew that Ford wanted to give him a job. Ford's Chief of Staff, Dean French, intervening in that process right up until the last stage. And if those actions violate the rules, then the Premier is in violation of those rules as well.
At an event in Ottawa today, Ford was asked whether or not he should take responsibility for the actions of his top staffers like Dean French.
Do you believe that you are ultimately responsible for the actions of your staff and your Chief of Staff?
What actions? I have one of the greatest Chief of Staffs anyone could ever ask for. My friend, first of all, the Commissioner cleared us 100%, and I know the media wants to keep bringing this up, but we're moving forward with the new Commissioner.
Democracy Watch says it is now considering suing the Integrity Commissioner to get his ruling overturned.
Yeah, Democracy Watch is consulting with lawyers about filing a court challenge of Commissioner Wake's ruling because it was negligently bad and ignored the evidence and the law.
The opposition at Queen's Park says they would like to see something more done as well.
Because you haven't technically broken a rule doesn't mean that the integrity of the process was flawed. And it's clearly the integrity of this process was deeply flawed.
With fired OPP Deputy Commissioner Brad Blair continuing his lawsuit to try and force the Ombudsman to investigate the Taverner appointment, and with Democracy Watch possibly taking the Integrity Commissioner to court, you can be sure that this 101-page report will continue to dog Premier Ford for some time to come. Inside the legislature, Richard Southern, City News.